Yeah, you're jacked up today, aren't you?
I am. You're yelling at me pre-show. Look at this. Spencer woke up early for this. Hell yeah, for exposure.
Well,
That's right.
sometimes you need to be yelled at, okay?
Apparently, Blair missed the invite to the co-host show. I told him who to blame.
Twice.
He's blaming me.
Twice.
Spencer, we might have to come up with a new Saturday morning concept. Blair's mad.
People notice. That's all I'm saying. I don't want your pity invites now.
Fine.
See how it is. So
This
is the last episode of For Exposure as we're going through a divorce now.
We've never banned anybody from beards, but
sure feels that way.
Oh, you come on, whatever you want. Don't do that. Don't do that.
At least I get to spend a little bit of time with you every Saturday.
When in doubt, blame JPJ. That's what I do.
Apparently. Just throw him under the bus.
Yeah. Well, what's up? Welcome to For Exposure, your Saturday morning. Yep. Why are mom and dad fighting? Because Drew showed up on Beards. Because Drew Nicholas of Firmly AEW showed up on Beards unannounced. And Blair wanted to know where his co-host invite was because, yeah.
Twice.
Twice.
Don't skirt the line here.
We said the thing. He said the thing.
You'll hear that next Saturday too when we preview the upcoming LPW shows. So.
Yeah, LPW 24 with Boris. But fun fact, friends, we're at 8 likes on the stream already. 2 minutes in. Let's get us to 20.
Maybe people like us fighting.
Maybe, yeah. Like if you like us fighting, we'll fight. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, go to all of our socials, hit that, join our Discord. We have a Discord, join that too. Everything's Love Wrestling CA. It's easily found. If you're like, ooh, I wanted the Discord, well, hit me up. I'll send you the link.
He will.
And then you can go to our Patreon, Love Wrestling CA on Patreon, and get all a bunch of exclusive interviews and news of upcoming shows and events and all sorts of fun stuff. We're doing big things here at Love Wrestling. Let's go, baby. And
we say Patreon. Hey, there's different tiers to it. So, like, don't think you got to go and be dropping like hundreds of dollars. I mean, hey, if you want to sign up for the $300 tier or the $500 tier, you can be a guest co-host on For Exposure.
Are you kicking me out that week?
I said guest co-host. So you'll still be here with someone and me.
Oh. Fun fact, if you sign up for the $500 tier on the Love Wrestling Patreon, Blair still doesn't get invited to Beards.
It's true.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
I know. I just like teasing you about it.
It wasn't me, okay? It was that other guy. He bullied me into it. No,
it was the other beard.
If you want to know, it's because Drew Nicholas is singing Judas on Sunday morning. Even though he won the bet, he's still going to honor the terms of the bet. So tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on this very channel for Firmly AEW, JPJ, and Drew Nicholas. Honoring bets.
He won it.
That's what he decided on a whim. I feel like there's going to be a swerve involved, but we'll see. You got to tune in to find out. Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's going to be a swerve involved, but
hey, that's okay.
So,
dude, before we get started,
we haven't started yet.
Before we get started talking about wrestling, because we haven't talked about wrestling yet.
Oh, okay. No, we have not.
Have you watched the Osprey Oku match from last month?
No, I have not.
I will send you a link to the Google Drive.
Okay.
It is magical.
Osprey's magical.
Yeah.
That promo he cut on Wednesday. Whew.
Dude, when the top 10 lists come out for the higher ups, he's going to have like all 10 matches on there.
I know. We kind of talked about that. When did I talk about that? With somebody we thought kind of like with the Speedball Mike Bailey rule that we have here, where it's like you can have independent wrestler of the year and then you can just have like speedball matches of the year, like his own separate category. It's going to have to be like match of the year that did involve Will Ospreay. Because he's already got like 3.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So the match is incredible. I will send you the link if you want something.
Yes, later on. Yes, today that'd be great. And then he'll be wrestling Bryan Danielson. I know we're not supposed to be talking about that, but he'll be doing that in a couple weeks or next month, I should say, and that's going to be awesome. But Lawrence saying we both are magical. Thank you, Lawrence. We are both magical. You know, I love Blair. Blair knows that, you know, he's my boo. Aww.
You can eat through half the heart.
Oh.
Close.
What if I just like a fist just out of nowhere?
The $700 tier of the Patreon are co-hosts that beat each other up.
Ooh, you gotta go, you don't even go to $700 tier for that. I'm sure you could get that done free, but you know, what are you gonna do? So anyway, where do you want to start? What a big weekend we've got ahead of us. There was some fun stuff last weekend.
I think the bit like we could slot it into tidbits, but I think it's big enough on its own. Was announced yesterday that there is going to be WWE competitors that will be taking part in Bloodsport, and announced with Shayna Baszler. And we do have a graphic for it. I'll throw it up. You'll see our faces on the side. Hold on. GCW, like, get some consistency with your graphics. Yeah. Why do you have the stand-up graphic for this, but then you will do like the
match
this
card
way graphic for like
the 916
a 916 for some random event, just saying that, hey, Gitch Mitchell's going to be here, and you're like, well, who the hell is Gitch Mitchell? But he gets his own graphic that fits perfectly on the screen, but Shayna Baszler has to be upright, and it's like, what do we do?
Because I think, if I'm being honest with you, Blair, I don't think that they're thinking about us.
They should.
But the fun fact, I learned what those ratios meant because of Love Wrestling.
See?
One day I was like, hey, can I get the 1-of-1 of some graphic for LPW? And Spencer's like, you mean the 916? And I was like, whichever fits into the screen right. And he's like, that's 916 Pluggo. And I was like, oh. I learned that and the proper pronunciation of pecan this weekend. Or this week. I'm learning a lot. It's pecan.
I'm not getting into that.
Okay. So let's not do that this year. But yes, this is
already fighting about enough stuff.
Put the graphic up, and I have some thoughts to this. I actually, this.
Do we give it
Shayna Baszler? All right, hold on. I'm from the other side of the tracks.
Okay, so Shayna Baszler is going to be.
I'm Shayna Baszler. What's up, Seth?
Shayna Baszler shows up in the OC.
What's up, Seth? I'm here to mess things up. Shayna Baszler being a Bloodsport, first of all, on the surface, absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I couldn't think of a better person in WWE to have at Bloodsport than the only Shayna Baszler. I do have some thoughts on this, though. I will say this, and then unless you have thoughts that you want to cut me off first and say,
no, go ahead.
Does this feel a little reactionary on the WWE's part, where it's like, well, we just lost out on Okada and Ospreay and Mercedes because they like to do independent dates and have the freedoms to do New Japan shows or go do this, and WWE is now testing the waters of like, hey, what if we let some of our WWE talent do some indie stuff, you know, kind of, one, get them some reps if we're not using them, two, give them that opportunity, because that's all you hear about from like Ospreay and Mercedes, especially on Wednesday. She's like, I get to have some dream matches now, like, because you can't have those in the old WWE regime. It was you wrestle WWE, that's it. Is that what, maybe there's this like, hey, all these shows are going to be here this weekend. Let's test the waters. Let's see how it goes. Maybe we start letting some of our talent have a little bit more freedom to do a little bit more stuff.
I definitely think it's that. I think things have changed since the old, you know,
since Vince left. We'll just say it.
Since things have changed, you can notice changes overall, even just with the way they film stuff, the overall presentation. And I think this is a step in the right direction for them, especially for people they may not be using as frequently. I mean, you're not going to see the top draws go and wrestle at, you know, Joey Janela's spring break, but the opportunity for someone like Shayna Baszler, who this event is perfect for her. You know, I think allowing a wrestler where it's kind of suited for their style or for their kind of thing, I think you'll see those opportunities more prevalent now than before. because you did see some NXT wrestlers be able to work like Booker T's promotion, the Reality of Wrestling, I think it is. So
but
I think it's that.
That's still kind of WWE because Booker works there.
Yeah,
So it's kind of still, this is like, I don't know how much Josh Barnett has ties with the WWE.
Well, somebody posted the picture of Brett Lauderdale when he was hugging Stephanie McMahon from like that event years ago. And I'm like, hey, there you go. It just took time. So I think partially that. And also this is like a huge positive when it comes to the fan reaction with WWE, because you're saying, hey, Shayna Baszler is going to be working Bloodsport. So you're getting all these fans of GCW being like, hey, okay, Shayna Baszler is a badass. This is kind of cool. So you're kind of opening up to like more demographics now than the typical universe.
And you're getting more conversation, more eyes, more like, oh, we got to check out Bloodsport now. There's WWE. How are they going to book her? How are they going to make it work? And I think it's a great selling point for free agents now. It's saying, hey, like, look, we're willing to at least entertain the idea of you guys doing some other things within reason. Obviously, we have the first line of refusal, but WWE was the only company that was pretty hard, fast, and like, you work for us, you don't work anywhere else. And then, and then they start losing people who want to have more creative freedom. And like you see, like with AEW, like they let Danhausen go do some GCW stuff because they're not really using Danhausen. So, hey, you're still AEW contract, go ahead. But you see it all the time with AEW. Who else has been? Billy Starks. She's always running the indies. Nick Wayne's doing some indie stuff we're going to talk about later. Like, it's not a bad business move to say, hey, we're already going to be there this weekend. You're going to show up. You don't have anything to do at Mania unless you do like a battle royal or something. Yeah, go ahead. Go run Bloodsport.
Like Lawrence mentioned, I saw the comment here and I'll bring it up about no AEW talent. Yeah, they haven't really announced anyone. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Before, I would have assumed like Marina Shafir would have been there, possibly Mox, but I mean, Mox is always iffy. But they haven't really announced anyone, so it is the perfect way to slide in there. And I think the thing is keeping expectations tempered, because I've seen some just fucking outlandish fantasy booking for this. Like,
well, of course,
we're not going to see Baszler Minoru Suzuki because you know why? Suzuki's match was already announced. So like,
she steps in, she takes over. Can we murder Grandpa and Shayna Baszler? Let's go, dude.
And
come on.
WWE, like, they have done a little bit of intergender wrestling, like the mixed matches and stuff, but that's something they kind of stay away from as a whole.
They don't.
So I can't even see them allowing on an independent level that happening, because it would still kind of reflect on them. But
well, then who's she gonna face? Who you got?
When we were texting, I said to you, I think she's going to face Killer Kelly, because you already have the WWE TNA relationship.
Yeah.
So TNA, I think, looks at it as a whole, as they get talked about it, in the same sentence as WWE, but WWE can still be like, hey, Shayna Baszler's going over because we are better than you.
And we know it.
And they know it.
They know it. Yeah, I think this is a win-win for everyone involved. I think it's a great opportunity to test that water, to get more eyes on your. Why not? You already have the talk of the weekend. The whole collective weekend is centered around you anyway. Why not?
I will say,
get involved.
This will be the way we exit the WWE conversation, is the rumors of them having WrestleMania 41 in Minneapolis, and the thought that the collective could be only a short 8-hour drive away from me. I'm kind of hyped up on that. So
a short 8-hour drive. That's a full day's work, buddy.
Fuck, tell me about it. But it's kind of nice knowing that, like, hey, if it is nearby, it's like I can go and not have to worry about flying, which has always been like, I don't want to pay $800 for a flight, So
I think Minnesota's like 10 hours away from me.
Fuck, we could meet up there.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a long drive, 10 hours.
Yeah, especially when you pack in the whole Pluggo family.
Oh, yeah. Bring Owen to Bloodsport.
Yeah.
He'd want to mix it up, man. He'd want to get in the ring. And
Lawrence, I think Masha's already announced for a match. I think she's announced for a 4-way, or it's the other way around.
Yeah, but Masha Shayna, that would rule. Tony Amezku, I don't want to say that wrong. Amezku, hi, welcome to the chat, friend. Welcome in. I hope I didn't butcher it.
There was a four-way women's match announced on Bloodsport because I think Lady Frost is in it. I'll try to find it real quick.
Yeah, we didn't expect to talk a ton of Bloodsport, and all of a sudden they're like, Shayna Baszler's coming in, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, because I mean what we had planned is just a lot of previews because next week we have the LPW preview, so that negates anything we could preview for the following week.
Yeah. So here's what I want while you look that up.
Yeah.
This is now that this door's open slightly, I want R-Truth to just show up at every possible wrestling collective show he can.
Yes.
Just R-Truth just running through the collective weekend. He's just at Bloodsport. He's at Spring Break. He's at Effie's Big Gay Brunch. He's at Joey. I just said Spring Break, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's at everything. And he just, this is at WrestleMania. Oh, whoops. He interjects himself into a scramble match. Just, yeah, that's what I want. I want R-Truth does the collective weekend. Let's go. Print that money. Sign us up.
I will say, as soon as I went to the GCW Twitter page, seeing a match that was announced last night for an upcoming match, they announced Violence is Forever defending the tag titles against Danhausen and Nick Gage. Yeah.
Danhausen and Nick Gage?
Yep.
What a team. What a team. What a time to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess since Maki Ito's now your ultraviolet champion, she's busy. So slot Danhausen into the buddy cop weird tag team scenario that Nick Gage loves.
Okay, so this adds a wrinkle to it because I found the match. It is Masha Slamovich, Lady Frost, Lindsay Snow, and Marina Shafir. So you have AEW wrestlers and WWE wrestlers working on the same independent show.
Doing the handshake thing.
Yeah. So
that's good. That's good though. I mean,
the forbidden door is getting even more open. We're busting through. Leave the mask off.
There's a glass ceiling,
and
I'm just busting through. I can't quite get through the glass ceiling. That's the second 22 Jump Street reference I've made this week on a show. We're talking missionary. We're talking missionary. We're talking where I'm on the bottom and she's on top.
Cynthia.
Beep boop bop. You're dead. That was for Cynthia. I don't know. I don't know why they let us stay on the air, but I appreciate it. And since they let us stay there, we'll reset with again. If you're in the chat, if you're on Twitter, which we're rolling on Twitter right now too, hit that like, hit that retweet, hit that subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let them know. Let the algorithm know that you like us, you love us, and you want some more of us. Boom, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you want to start?
Let's talk let's talk a little bit of Revolver.
And you high-fived him. And you looked that man dead in his eye and you high-fived him. Can't I get some string beans? Man, put some string beans on my plate.
Puts like 3 on there, grabs the tongs.
Okay. We got a big weekend to preview.
Yes.
Where do you want to start?
Hopefully we get through everything. If not, then, well, we don't. But I think this is the big news. And I know you tweeted it out because you run the socials and you do a fantastic job at that. And I cannot stress that enough. So I very much appreciate that. But this is going on tonight. For the first time ever, Matt Cardona versus Paul Walter Hauser. Now, I think it got announced that this match is actually going to be like a no DQ. So it just adds like one more kind of
more layers.
you almost need that for a match like this, just to be able to go outside the box. Because I mean, Paul Walter Hauser's not going to be Kurt Angle making his debut in the ring. So
No, not at all. Fun fact: when I was googling this match and stuff like that, I said Paul Walker Hauser. I don't know why I thought his name was Walker. Definitely not it. Paul Walter Hauser's been on Revolver a couple times over the last year or so. He did the spot at AEW after he won, was that the Golden Globe or something like that, or whatever it may be. So of course the indie god would take exception to him showing up. Cardona loses, right? Cardona's going to eat a pin from Paul Walter Hauser, the actor, right?
Probably, because Cardona knows what's good for business.
I mean,
and I'm not saying that in like the
no.
you know, he knows that will make money.
Yeah, no, that's going to be headlines everywhere. Yeah. Paul Walter Hauser, I'm going to butcher it, gets a win over Matt Cardona, the indie god. Oh man, I'm excited for how they're going to map it out, how they're going to let it play. Because obviously it's apples and oranges comparison in their skill levels in the ring.
100%.
But this is just going to be a fun match. And then who knows who in the Revolver. I would imagine that whoever gets involved on Hauser's side is going to end up getting some kind of program with Cardona. And that's maybe like, somebody who's got some beef with Cardona, something like that. And then you can do that to the next one if you want. So that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be good.
I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting like a mixed tag match out of this.
Yeah.
And then that's where Hauser would get his win back by pinning Cardona in the mixed tag,
Yeah. Like Athena would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she got involved at the last Wrestling Revolver show? I don't think it was in this kind of context. No. I can't remember who it was. It
was with Vert Vixen.
Okay, yeah. So that's kind of out there in left field, but that would be fun. I would have fun with Steph DeLander, Athena, Cardona, Hauser.
Yeah. I think it's the kind of match you need to have on a show like this, and I have no doubt that these two are just going to kill it.
No, I gotta call her out, Mrs. Pluggo. Good morning, my love, the love of my life, with the feet emojis. Oh. She told me right before we came on air that her feet were off limits today.
Wow!
But here she is bringing it up. So maybe they're not. Maybe she's changed her mind. And then # we want shirts. Yeah, we do. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
we'll figure that out. I have to figure that out. I have an idea on that, but we'll figure it out.
Cool. I think it's with the amount of great wrestling that you can see on any given indie show. I think this is the perfect kind of palate cleanser, just to kind of reset, go back to just enjoying a spectacle, so I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you got to have some fun on your wrestling shows. You can't all be 100% serious all the time. It just would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
we have for the Revolver World Tag Team Championships, Grizzled Young Vets versus Lince Dorado and Samurai del Sol. What are you giggling at?
Mrs. Pluggo asked if you got kidnapped.
Oh, I am actually at the Love Wrestling Summer Getaway House.
Oh, yeah? We have a Summer Getaway House? Oh, and you're mad that you didn't get the invite to Beards? I've never got an invite to the Summer Getaway House. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, well, I would have invited you if you invited me on Beards. So.
Wow. Thanks a lot, JPJ.
Well, we could have been hanging
out. We should do. You know what we need to do? We need to just crash Firmly AW tomorrow. Just show up, kick the door down, and be like, this is our show now.
when the NWO would take over WCW.
Yeah. Be like, you said this is where the big boys play? We don't play. And then just start talking about Wrestling Revolver. Firmly independent.
Listen to the adjective, big. And it's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Show up on stream, take them out, and then put up all of our graphics everywhere.
Absolutely should.
We would get in so much trouble.
Well, we're the new NWO. We're the.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Why are you all? Look at you playing both sides of the fence. Yeah, you don't think I'd catch on to that?
It just took you a year. Everybody knows. I play the sides. I play both sides of it. Huh. Why do you think I have heat with 75% of the Love Wrestling roster? Because I pick all of them all the time.
I just pick the ones that won't give me any guff. It's easier that way. Some of them don't use Twitter or social media, so.
Oh, I see. Yeah. What do you mean play both sides? I just said I'm here. I'm for exposure. I'm ready to take down those Firmly boys on Sunday. Let's go. The weekend beef is strong. That tag match is going to rule, by the way.
Speaking of beef, Fulton Reed versus Jake something in a hoss fight. I do like that they market it as hoss fight. They've done this a few times.
As they should.
So hopefully we actually just see like Jake something allow some offense on him for a change.
I think he'd have to. Fulton's huge. If you've never seen Fulton wrestle, he's massive. So I can't imagine that Jake something is just going to run him over. So we'll see what happens here. But it is nice to see some hoss fights, some big meaty men slapping meat. I do sometimes get why we do it in wrestling, but look to have the big man just destroy, a little guy all the time can be kind of like, well, I mean, we know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you ain't throwing Fulton around like you throw around other people, Jake, something. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be a good one.
In a match that I'm sure we've seen on TNA at some point, Rich Swann versus Ace Austin, but talk about a match that I'm sure that's happened before, but these two will crush it no matter when they step into the ring.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a sprint. It's going to be a fun match. I know we talked the last Wrestling Revolver show about contracted talent in matches against other companies. This is two TNA guys, so you know that they're gonna go balls to the wall.
Yeah, because I mean it's not like
it doesn't matter who wins or loses because they're both already under contract and have. Although I think Ace Austin gets the win here.
Yeah,
I love Ace. I love Ace Austin.
Rich Swann really had a fall from grace with Impact, eh?
He's still in Impact.
Yeah, but he was the world champion.
But he was
3 years ago, and now
he's in top dollar segments going, hey, you want to be on my team? This was a couple weeks ago, but yeah. I don't know if it's if it's just hey, we're cycling through, or TNA got some new shinier toys. You got Nemeth in there now. Some other guys have risen to the occasion. And it's we'll circle back to Rich in a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah.
He's someone that an indie run at this point right now could really benefit him. Just a solid indie run.
Yeah, for sure.
Crush it here, consistently putting out bangers on the indies. I think that would really be beneficial.
Only bangers, baby.
Only bangers. All right. We have for the Revolver World title, Alex Shelley facing off with JT Dunn.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not thinking that JT Dunn has a chance here. But Alex Shelley's someone who always has good matches. So it's something you're going to be entertained with this one, but in the same breath, it's well.
But you also have to remember that Alex Shelley isn't making a ton of friends over there in Revolver now either. So there could be some chicanery. I always factor that into this. I don't think JT Dunn gets it done here. I think it's all I think this is all Alex Shelley, but I think there's going to be some kind of shenanigans going down because he's not making friends.
Would you say shamrocks and shenanigans?
Shamrocks and shenanigans.
Get out your seat and jump around.
God, I'm just jealous you're at the summer house.
Yeah, the summer house is my dad's place.
Jim Tan Laundry. Yeah. I can imagine that the Love Wrestling Summer House is Jersey Shore-esque.
100%.
You and Spencer and Zach are just on the roof yelling at people. We got a hot tub! Hey, you! Come be in our hot tub!
Cabs are here!
Cabs are here!
Zach's yelling out, cabs are here.
He's just... I wonder what Zach juice is like. Ron juice. They got the Zach. Zach's got his own concoction he whips up before he goes out.
It would have been better if you said Spencer's juice. He could have been handing out love juice.
Love juice. It's a concoction. It gets me hyped. Pre-game. It's my pre-game. Cabs are here.
Cabs are here. It's t-shirt time.
Zach's just beating the beat up. He's like,
yeah. All right. So there's also a scramble match going on at Revolver. And once again, Revolver, you are just as guilty as GCW because all of the graphics are 916s.
Except this one.
This. What the fuck?
We got Myron Reed in there. I'm trying to Gringo Loco.
Myron Reed, Kevin Knight, Jake Christ, Warhorse, and Brent Oakley. So it's for the remix title. It's an invitational scramble match. As you've seen with Love Wrestling, scramble matches are always a fun time, a hell of a match. I have no doubt that this one will be. Well.
It should be good.
Love Wrestling ones, but
no. I got to be honest, there's not a lot of companies that put on a better scramble match than Love Wrestling, and I'm not just saying that because I work here. But this will be fun, interesting. I'm excited to get a little scramble. They haven't done a scramble match in a while that I've noticed at Revolver. So
no, it's been a while.
Are we also glossing over the fact that isn't Shelton Benjamin going to be here making an appearance?
Yeah, he's making an appearance at this show.
Yeah, wonder what he's going to mix it up with. Maybe he's going to help out Paul Walter Hauser, dude. Ooh, Cardona Benjamin. Oh,
it's all about the Benjamin, baby.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
And last but not least, the original graphic for this one was so confusing, so I found a better one. We have elimination games.
Elimination.
I have the official rules for this one.
All right.
So, one member of each team starts the match. Okay.
Yep.
You then have, after 3 minutes, a member from the advantage team will enter the match with a signature weapon. After 90 seconds, alternating members from each team will enter the match with different signature weapons until all competitors have entered the match. Eliminations can occur at any point during the match, and the only way to win the match is to eliminate all members of the opposing team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's Masha, Manders. Is that Matthew Justice and Mance Warner?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
RSP, Alex Colon, Steve Macklin, and Killer Kelly.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I think that's Matthew Justice. I didn't want to mess it up. I should have looked at the card.
The way the original graphic had it, had 4 on top and 4 on bottom, but it was supposed to look like half and half. So you're seeing it and you're like, I thought Killer Kelly and Masha were on feuding teams in this.
MK Ultra feuding? Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's an interesting, and Revolver's death matches or hardcore matches are pretty intense. So like camping, so be ready. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be interesting. A little elimination game. It's kind of like a war game scenario, but you have to eliminate everybody. So that could make some interesting pairings.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Beat the beat up.
Definitely. So we have that. Do you want to do some tidbits first? Then we'll talk. We'll run through the women's wrestling syndicate matches that will be coming up shortly.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's do it, and then we'll see what else we can talk about today. Because there's quite a few tidbits. So let's start off with boom, Prestige Wrestling. Coming up May 16th, Jeff Cobb was announced. Cobb is someone you don't see doing tons of indies.
No.
So for him to do one, it's kind of like a big deal. And that one of my biggest regrets, not even one letter, was like in 2018, he did like some indie shows in Saskatchewan, out of all places, if I'm not mistaken. I regret not driving out there for that.
Right? Like I hate when that happens. When you're like, oh, I should have saw this guy when he was on the indies because he'll be back, and then he never comes back.
Yeah, like that's
that happened with Eddie Kingston and me. Eddie was a close, and I was like, I can't quite swing it. And then the next time he was announced, and then he backed out. I was like, damn it. Yeah. But Jeff Cobb on Prestige on an indie run, that's fun. That'd be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
West Coast Pro coming up in May as well. Titus Alexander versus Marufuji. So, I mean, Titus was over doing some stuff in Japan not too long ago. I think this is a nice little. This is going to be a nice little match, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's for
I
the
do
coast.
say so.
For the coast.
For the coast.
Yeah. Titus Alexander's a lot of fun. I don't know a ton about Marufuji, but it should be a good time.
Here's another nice little ditty for PCW Ultra. They are a promotion we don't normally talk about. Just it's they do run regularly. Jacob Fatu versus Calvin Tankman. They put their stuff up on Remix, which is the same streaming service as Defy, and there's a few other promotions up on there. So
that's just big meaty men slap and beat.
Those two are going to go out and just pummel each other.
And do some crazy stuff. Tankman can move for his size, and we know what Fatu can do. So yeah, that's gonna be a fast-paced big man fight.
He really can. We also have MLW's got another one coming up. War Chamber. There's this. They announced a few other matches, but Riddle versus Thatcher. We saw them at the what was that match that they had in NXT?
Or did I lose me? Nope.
I don't know. There we are.
You froze or did I freeze?
No, I'm here.
Then I froze.
Okay.
I was like, somebody froze.
Yeah, we saw them in like the pit match or whatever they called it in NXT. So
the fight pit.
Yeah.
War Chamber.
War Chamber. And we are starting to see more matches announced for WrestleMania weekend. Defy is taking part in it this year. And announced already is Kenta defending the Defy World Championships against Gringo Loco. You know that this is going to be an absolute banger of a match.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that one.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be good. And then we also have, because I know that here we go.
Oh.
Sovereign against Dragon Gate versus C4 with Casey
Navarro.
I was going to say
truly
Spinelli.
Blessed. Casey
Spinelli.
Truly blessed Casey Navarro.
So that'll be solid. We also have one more. Hey Bryce. How's it going, buddy?
Bryce is in the house.
Also have, I know you were excited about this one. Moonlight Express taking on CCK. Booyah.
Booyah, baby. Because, it's Mao. It's not even because of Speedball this time. It's because it's Mao. I love me some Mao.
Mao Chemical Romance?
Mao Chemical Romance, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
So. Emo night was awesome. But yeah, Speedball and Mao together is always a good time. So I'm pumped for that.
And you saw him at the most recent LPW show. Evan Rivers was there. He is on a little bit of an excursion over in Japan, and he is actually going to be defending the Boom Vancouver City Championship. Nice. I think it's Boom, if I'm not mistaken. The Vancouver City Championship over in Japan.
Yeah, I just see Boom. I see Evan Rivers.
Yeah,
but no,
Boom up there?
I saw Boom right there.
Yeah. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. Boom. I think you had it. Yeah, so you're good.
But
yeah, it's cool to see some LPW talent getting that opportunity, and hopefully we'll have Evan Rivers back sooner than later. We'll have to ask the boss though. He makes those decisions.
Here's a fun one for all of the fans. Fightertainment with Crossbody Pro Wrestling. Speedball is going to be involved. There's going to be some great action going on here. But if you're in the Ontario area, you can go live, or you can catch it live on Speedball's Twitch. So that's why I wanted to throw this up there. You see Alex Mays, Vita's up there, Big Ben Ortman's in the corner. It'll be a lot of fun. So just something
that massive hog carrying SOB, Big Ben Ortman's gotta love him.
9 inches around.
Think about it.
World of Lucha announced Matt Cardona. Hopefully he goes in as El Hijo de Cardona instead, because that would be funny.
When I saw this, I was like, wait a minute. Is Matt Cardona Lucha Libre style?
He's going to be.
He's going to have to be. or he's just going to go in pure sports entertainment guy, isn't he?
And currently,
breast holds and submissions.
yes, in a lucha match.
That's what we're here for.
And I will put this as the front runner for match of WrestleMania weekend. Right now, this is what I'm thinking is going to steal the show. At GCW, JCW versus the World, Masha Slamovich versus Suri.
Yeah,
These
dude.
two are going to go hard, and they are going to put on a hell of a match. So I'd say that this is my front runner for match of the weekend.
For your banger of the weekend?
Yeah.
Banger alert. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's gonna be a fun time. Like I'm liking how this collective weekend is kind of shaping up, and I think a lot more stuff is gonna make its way out. But you know, we'll let the other little birdie announce it, but we're gonna dive heavy into the collective weekend over for a certain other person's show, but we'll let him spoil that.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to the socials, as the kids say. Smash that like button.
For all that Riz.
Yeah, that Riz, L7, Weenie Riz, Phantom Tax, whatever kids are saying these days.
Yes. So Women's Wrestling Syndicate, we had Katrina Creed on last month to talk about the first show, and it was a massive success for them.
Yeah.
If you want to see the show, what you need to do, you got to go to their YouTube page, hit subscribe. After 500 subscribers, they're going to upload the entire show up onto YouTube.
Heck yeah. And if you want some behind the scenes talk from the Women's Wrestling Syndicate, after you leave us here, Zach Lawrence, I can't speak, Zach Lawrence, and I think, might have just been Zach and Lawrence for this one. Went to the Women's Wrestling Syndicate, did a bunch of interviews with a lot of the talent. There's a vlog up right now. Mm-hmm. I was thinking Mike from Indy, but he went to the IWS show. Yes. So that's also up there.
Mm-hmm. So we'll run through the match card here, because just so you know what to expect if you're going to be going live, or after you hit subscribe, then you'll know what you're going to be in tune for in a month's time when they upload it, because if they upload the first one, I'm sure they'd upload the next one. So
yeah, I would hope.
We have Sam Kelly versus Casey Diamond. I mean, Sam Kelly a few years into this, but by all means has absolutely been crushing it. So a massive opportunity for them. Casey Diamond, someone we're not too familiar with, but like we've said before, the great things about independent wrestling, just learning more about them.
Absolutely, that's what I'm looking forward to. And if Casey Diamond's getting a shot on this show, you know she's got to be good.
Mm-hmm. We have Vlada taking on Sally. And this is one where, like, I know very little about either of them, so I will be very in tuned just to see what they're both all about.
Yep, same, same. This is gonna be a good one. Oh yeah.
Missy taking on Leah Sparks. Leah has been doing some great stuff out there. Missy, I mean, not afraid to show off the double bird. So,
I see that. I see that. Good morning, Saturday morning. If you're waking up, you turn this on. Missy says, "F you."
Saturday morning, Missy says, "Fuck you."
If I woke up and saw that, just immediately was getting the double birds from anybody, I'd be like, well, I think it means to go back to bed.
Yeah, just going to pack it in.
Yes. Today's not my day, pal.
Azale versus Vanessa Craven. Love what Vanessa Craven's been doing. Been all over the East Coast, really, really doing some great stuff out there, putting on some incredible matches. I have no doubt that this will be more the same with Vanessa. So I mean, I'm hyped on this one.
And Azale's back. She was at the first one, I believe, as well. So that's cool. We're getting a return match. Very cool. Vanessa Craven's fantastic. So it should be a good one.
Here we go. Melanie Havoc and Chris Dara taking on Mean and Dirty. And what I like about Mean and Dirty or Mad is that, like, the name gives off like huge WCW tag team vibes to me. And I love that, like, high voltage and like Mean Mike and Tough Tom, like, sort of stuff. Like, I love a name like that, especially in wrestling. So Team Mad, Mean and Dirty against Melanie Havoc and Chris Dara. if you've tuned into the show before, I think you know our thoughts on Chris Dara, one of the best out there today.
Yeah, absolutely rules.
And the one I am most looking for, our friend Katrina Creed taking on Laurel Cassidy. I'm hyped on this one. I mean, when you look at an independent wrestling lineup, this is the kind of match that stands out to you. And
Bangers.
that, like, yeah, these two are going to go out there and put on a hell of a fight.
And Katrina Creed coming off a big win over LuFisto at IWS last week or the week before. And then Laurel Cassidy, I don't know a ton about her, but the stuff I have seen, a lot of fun, a lot of energy, good time. So it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a contrasting in styles. Katrina Creed's a little bit more serious, a little bit more close to the chest, and Cassidy's out there to have a good time.
Yeah,
but
powers up on Skittles, you know?
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love a good pack of Skittles?
Yeah. Is it Taste the Rainbow for Skittles?
It is Taste the Rainbow.
Okay.
No, Taste the Rainbow Snickers bar.
I don't know. I was like, I think it's Skittles. Look, I can't remember the last time I had Skittles. Okay.
I know you're a grown adult.
Yeah, a grown adult who will sit there and crush 3 chocolate bars in a night and not think anything of it.
Nice.
So,
family pack challenge accepted. By family pack, you mean I'm the family? Yes.
There's no I in me, but there is an I in family.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Women's Wrestling Syndicate second show. That's going to be fun. I hope we can get out. I hope we can get some of our Love Wrestling guys out there again to shoot some footage, because it was such a fun time last time. We actually had them pop in and say hi last show. That was kind of interesting. Next time, I'll have to tell Zach and Lawrence to stay away from each other because their mics were clashing. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So, Black Label Pro has a show coming up. Sometimes they kind of slip under the radar with us, but I knew this one was happening. Wanted to get it up there. So you want to chat that, and we'll see what we have time left for?
Yeah, sure. We have all of it. We have time for all.
Don't have time for all of it.
Marathon stream.
So, in a few short weeks, Black Label Pro has a show coming up, and you are going to see Mance Warner versus Elijah.
I laugh because this is insanely contrasting styles, and I have a feeling Mance Warner is going to murder Elijah.
Like, Elijah could have a hell of a run just for these, like, random indie matches, like the one with Speedball.
Yeah.
Solid match. Tried some different stuff. Not everything worked, but, he's still finding himself. And now Mance Warner.
Yeah. I could just hear the promo now. Mance Warner being like, oh, you think them reading the Bible on TikTok's going to save you? Yeah. Elias's new thing is he reads Bible verses on TikTok now, on TikTok Live. I stumbled across this, like, oh, Elias said he's just reading passages from the Bible, which, whatever, do your thing. But I know Mance Warner will use that and be like, I'm the devil, boy.
Yeah, that could work.
Because that's what Manser does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on a run of just like, he tried to kill Effie the other day.
He did.
Yeah, but, GCW locker room wasn't going to let that happen.
I don't know why you'd want to kill Effie.
I don't either. I don't know. Effie rules. Yeah. So that'll be an interesting contrast. I'm excited.
We've got Zaya Brookside versus Killer Kelly versus Aaliyah James versus Rachel Armstrong.
Very cool. So, very good four-way match there. A lot of awesome components.
Yeah, a good mix of like different styles, different talent levels, even a huge opportunity for like, an Aaliyah James in there, huge opportunity for Rachel Armstrong, to really test themselves against, like Zaya and Killer, who have been out there grinding for quite a few years now. So,
yeah, I saw Zaya Brookside tag with Gangrel in 2023.
Yes.
So, yeah, she's definitely done it all. So that'll be good. Those 4 ladies are fantastic competitors. It's going to be a nice little fun scramble of a 4-way. It's not a scramble, but it's going to be a brouhaha.
A fatal 4-way.
It's going to get fatal. Yeah.
A 6-man tag team match. Kevin Koo teaming with Latino's Most Wanted versus Matt Makowski and Bang and Matthews.
Wow. What a match.
You have like
Everything you could want there. Violence, hard hitting, aerial
flippy stuff.
flippy stuff. It's just gonna be. That could be the show stealer for me.
Mm-hmm. You know how people will say like it could either go really well or like it could go down in a pile of flames.
Yeah,
I see no way that this match could go down in a pile of flames.
this is gonna either go really well or really really well.
Yeah.
It can only go up.
So a Sky Blue going 1-on-1 with Alex Zane.
This is one that I saw that pop up when I was doing when I was scrolling through the interwebs, and I was like, do we need that? Do we need that match? Yes, I think we do need it. But I would have never in a million years like, yeah, put Sky Blue versus Alex Zane. Never would have pictured it, but I'm here for it.
And I mean, it sucks that Alex is going to have to take a loss in this one, but I mean,
is he? He's the sauce guy, sauce boss, dude. He's Alex Zane.
I know he is, but it's Sky Blue.
Yeah, she doesn't eat Taco Bell sauce like Alex Zane does. She's not Baja blasting fools.
Baja blasted.
Yeah, she ain't no Crunchwrap Supreme.
I don't
know. No, but yes, it's possible here. Yeah, because of the where Sky Blue works, kind of takes precedent in a lot of these matches. But it'll be an interesting styles clash.
Yes.
So I'm here for it. Only because I like that contrasting styles.
Speaking of contrasting styles, we have MXM taking off against the Daddies.
Yes.
You like that? How they aren't just called that, I don't understand, but
Dan the Dad is my dad and Effie is my daddy.
So are the Daddies.
And then Maximum Male Models, which they aren't called that anymore. But that's going to be interesting. Speaking of which, where they're going to be on this very channel at the end of the month for Quizplex, taking on the defending champion Reed the Thickness Matthews. So if you want some more Eminem in your life, we've got you covered. Ficky. That you said contrasting in styles in that match. I think they all have style.
I know, that's why, and it's
so I think it's all style all the time. No contrast needed. It's gonna be good.
You have contrast in styles even just with the teams. So like, I mean, you have two different kind of daddies on this team. So
yeah, you do.
Yeah, you have your New Balance daddy and your leather daddy. So
you got your daddy in the sheets and your daddy in the streets.
All we need is for a trios team with Cole Radrick in there, and they can be called the Ratty Daddies.
Oh, yes, the Ratty Daddies. Oh, please. Somebody book that. Book that match. Book that.
Book it. And in what is guaranteed to be an absolute banger of a match, Nick Wayne going 1-on-1 with Myron Reed.
Yes. That right there, that's just going to be nuts. Those two are going to kill it. Myron Reed's fantastic. We all know how good Nick Wayne is. Myron Reed's going to take another L in 2024, though. Not on my bingo card for his big 2024, but I think killer matches rules.
Yeah, I think coming out of it, he'll still look incredible. So it'll be okay. You know,
he'll push him to the limit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think which GCW show is coming up first before I throw the graphics up, but we'll quickly run through one of the ones we have. And c'est la vie. So GCW role models, yes, I picked right. Next Saturday.
There you go.
So after you tune in to watch us preview LPW, you can tune into GCW for GCW role model because we got Violence is Forever versus the Rejects.
Yep, there's gonna be. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say there's gonna be some violence in this match.
Like violence.
Shout out LPW.
We have Blake Christian versus Sawyer Wreck, and I love that they put in non-title match for this.
Yeah.
I think that if done right, it can add another level to storytelling because this is something that like you can have. It's a non-title match. You could have Sawyer get the win to help push for something down the line. You know.
Yep. Yep, you could have
which would be very smart.
Yeah, I agree. And Blake took care of Masha, and now there's not really anybody set up to like just slot into the like after Masha. So yeah, this would be a nice way to maybe build Sawyer up into that challenger, or instead of just going, oh, here's a title match just for a title match a week after he just had like this big rematch. So good shout.
Because you do that as a non-title, you can have Sawyer win. Blake is facing off against Janela at spring break for the championship. So even if Janela were to win, you can market that as, well, Sawyer had a non-title victory over the champion. She deserves a title shot, you know?
Yep.
I know this whole logic thing sometimes get lost in wrestling, especially GCW, but it could work.
Yeah, the indies sometimes stories are hard to tell.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of which, Joey Janela with Missy Hyatt versus Shane Mercer. I think Missy Hyatt is going to be at the spring break as well.
Yeah, I think I saw that. And then Mercer's on a bit of a run right now. He's fantastic. And then Joey Janela is just Joey Janela, friend of the show. So that should be fun.
I know you're hyped on this one. Danhausen versus Matt Cardona.
Did you watch Danhausen this past weekend? Oh, that was so much fun. That match didn't have any business going as hard as it did. That's all I'm going to say, dude.
Who was it against?
Oh my God, it was Danhausen and Charles Mason. I can't believe I was blanking on it for a second. But yeah, dude, that match had no business being that good. Yeah. And this is going to be even better. This could be my match of the year. Danhausen Cardona. Let's go, dude. This is my stuff.
You know what could be my match of the year?
Something serious.
Jacob and Zilla Fatu versus Bang and Matthews.
Big shock here, a serious matchup.
Oh, stop it.
No, dude, that's gonna rule too.
It is.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Because you
would after I'm like Danhausen and Cardona, the goofiest match possible. You're like, give you this serious, awesome tag team match.
Yeah. And I mean serious to an extent, because I mean Bang and Matthews aren't very serious, but fuck, are the Fatus ever serious?
The MILF Hunters versus the Fatus.
Yes. Yes, the Perfect Tens versus the Fatus. Hell yeah. We are almost out of time.
The Family Strokes versus. Anyway, let's just keep going.
Well, we have
fire the rest of that.
We got. I'll throw up the next two. Block is hot the next night. Nick Wayne versus Broski Jimmy. With SDL.
Yeah.
And the Fatus versus Gringo Loco and Oni El Bendito.
Again, I think Zilla Fatu is your favorite graphic to throw up now.
I love
you throw that up.
I think dude rules.
He does rule. I love that. I think that's going to be another good weekend for GCW. There's probably some more stuff that they're going to announce here soon if they haven't already. So yeah, next weekend is jam-packed. This weekend is packed with some good stuff too. I mean, shoot, man. Wrestling is cool. Did we get everything? Did
we got everything?
Look at us. Pro's pro, dude.
So, like, no matter what, there is something out there for you, whether it's this weekend, next weekend, the following weekend. There's lots of stuff, lots of great matches, lots of great promotions. So check it out. Please tell us what you enjoyed.
I will. And Ophelia, if you're watching this back, GCW's on Triller TV this weekend. The Women's Wrestling Syndicate will have to go up on their YouTube if we get 500 subscribers. And Wrestling Revolver is also on Thriller. There you go. That's where you can find all of those awesome matchups.
Yes. And yeah. So Triller, the PCW show that we talked about in the Tidbits, that's on Remix. So check that out, which also has Defies. So there you go.
There you go, Ophelia. She asked us to make sure that we start telling her where she can find all these matches. So that was smart. For her. The Ophelia Minute here on For Exposure.
All right. That is everything. So you can find me up on all social medias at Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast. And you can find me every Saturday with this guy.
Yeah, me.
Doing For Exposure. Next Saturday, different time. 6 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, 5 p.m. Central. We will be doing the LPW 24 preview with Boris and Dash. So make sure you check that out. Where can they find you, my good man?
Well, You can find me Thursday nights, 8 p.m. between two beers. I see you with JPJ and friends. Blair doesn't want to come on anymore. But yeah, I don't know what we're doing this Thursday, so we'll see. I'm not sure. I have to talk with the boss man, JPJ, see what we want to do. But yeah, sorry. Blair, what do you want from me? Like, I can't even promote my show without you giving me that look. But you can find me there. You can find me here. You can find me on all of the Love Wrestling stuff. You never know where I'm going to pop up, but I'm at Pluggo on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And then For Exposure Pod on Twitter if you to keep up to date with what we got going on here. Like you said, we'll have Dash, we'll have Boris next week. Mm-hmm. It'll be a lot of fun chopping it up for LPW 24, which looks to be one of the best cards we've ever put on.
And he also does unplugged. So
yes, unplugged with Pluggo and all your social. I'm thinking of dropping a surprise episode this weekend. I have some things I want to chat about. So we'll see.
You go. Make sure you check it out. So for my good friend Pluggo and myself, thank you very much for joining us on another fantastic episode of For Exposure. Peace in the streets.